Okay, so this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy. I'm at the National Auto by Tel sales event, Double Your Sales. And when I'm in Huntington Beach, California, I'm going to quickly go through. It's the end of the day. Okay, we're blitzkrieged. What did you get out of today's workshop?
Some of the best information I got at today's workshop is how to actually show my dealers and help them with their process and being able to contact more customers and get more sales.
Okay, awesome. Now, over here, so question for you is, did you feel that it was valuable to turn around and have a car dealership consultant come in and teach a corporation like Auto by Tel about automotive internet sales? And if so, why?
Oh, I thought it was absolutely valuable. When we're speaking to the dealers, we like to know what they do on their end and how they go through the process.
Okay, so definitely liked it. Okay, so Let's go over here. Jared, let's find out, what did you learn that you could take back to your clients, as an Auto by Tel rep? What's your title?
Oh, well, I was a regional account manager, now a product manager, but
okay.
I know the other side. The biggest thing is for me, I like the 10-step phone process.
So it helped you seeing a structured phone process?
Yeah, definitely.
So it was like light and day for you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about you?
I think I like best about learning to use social media to help build my Rolodex as far as contacting dealers and reaching out to dealers who I may not have had contact with before. So definitely going to use social media.
Okay, awesome. Let's go back over here. We're going to start and go down the line. What did you, sir, get out of this?
Well, quite a bit, but I think the main thing is we tend to get so focused on what we need, we forget to focus on what the dealer needs.
What's one thing that you learned that the dealer needs?
More training.
Okay, good. More training. Okay, you, sir?
I think overall just the processes that dealers have to implement on a daily basis to be successful, and how we're going to be able to implement our product into that process to sell more cars for them. So it was fantastic.
Okay, and what territory do you work in?
In Northern California. I'm an account manager there, and I think what I took away from this that really stood out to me is encouraging the departments to have the Team A, Team B, making the appointment setters, and then the salespeople. I don't see that very much at all. So.
But it made a lot of sense to you.
It made a lot of sense.
And I know you're based out of Texas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what did you learn from this that you could help your Texas dealers be more successful?
I definitely learned to be more well-armed when I actually discuss with the dealers what's going on as far as rebuttals and what to come back with if they come with any objections.
Okay, perfect. Let's go through. I'm going to ask some different questions. We covered earlier today, the statistics, and one of the things that I went over, gentlemen, as I said that, that the average internet prospect is searching 5 to 8 other different dealerships, and they're getting, bombarded. I saw the faces in the room when I talked about the science of communication. I want you to talk about either the statistics that I went over or the whole concept of science of communication. Did you get anything out of that?
Yeah, I just think it's important that dealers understand that because, maybe in the old days it was one lead, one dealership, one territory, but that's just not the case.
And I like what you said, that price is only relevant with the absence of value.
Absolutely. So
that was huge.
It is. A lot of people might have the misinformation of that they can't make gross off the internet, but you have almost 4,000 dealers. I guarantee you, because a lot of them are my clients, you know what I mean? They're making money with the internet leads. It's about the process protocol, and I'm glad that you said that, is price is only relevant with the absence of value. So if you build the value, you're going to be making gross on internet deals. Anything from you, sir?
I was going to say the exact same thing. Just
Ditto.
In the 4 Ps and making sure that process is.
I'm going to go down here for that because I'm going to ask that question too, because I'm going to keep this moving. So for the 4 Ps, who wants to tackle that one? We talked about that an internet department is made or broken in 4 key areas. Anybody ever heard it broken down like that, like the ecosystem that I mentioned before? Okay, so.
People, product, process, and promotions.
Mm-hmm. So what did you get out of that section the most? That
I would say that there are additional best practices to implement to make the dealership more successful.
So it's not just, in your case, since you're Auto by Tel, it's not that you, like, let's say, which I believe obviously Auto by Tel is one of the absolute best lead source providers, but you could have one of the best lead source providers, hence Auto by Tel. It might not be enough. If the dealership doesn't have the right amount of people, the trained people, they don't have a process, or their computer's jacked up or the CRM's messed up, it doesn't matter how awesome your leads are, you're only as good as the rest of the piece.
Yeah, four-legged stool.
Exactly, okay? So anybody else got anything out of today over here that you'd like to share?
I just thought the importance of networking with other vendors is a big thing. Work with each other to help each other out. You have a whole team now instead of just working on your own.
Absolutely. I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to come back over here. Let's just go through this quickly. What did you get out of today?
I think the biggest thing I got out of today was learning how to track my own progress, my goals, not just with AutoBytel, but in everything that I do. So
Okay.
it really helped me out with setting expectations for myself.
Okay.
tracking them.
What about you, sir?
A lot of really solid, detail-oriented stuff in the process, but just as a generalization, really just trying to bridge the disconnect between our everyday culture and what happens every day at a car dealership. I think that the closer we could get to understanding them and appreciating their day-to-day, I think the better we'll be.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, now, Joyce, you've been in the business for how long?
22 years.
How long with AutoBytel?
17.
Okay, now this is the first time that you've ever had training from Dealer Synergy or myself, correct?
Yes.
So how is someone like you that's been a veteran in this game and with AutoBytel going to benefit from me coming into your national event? Like, what did you get out of this that you could take back to your dealers?
I think some of it was just reminders of looking at the phone calls and sharing that information with the dealers, making time to do that instead of just focusing on sales all the time for myself. And making the methodical plan thing and sticking to it for your goals, like finding your goal ahead of time and having the dealer do that too.
Right.
Set their goal out there and having the plan to get there to the goal.
Over here.
I think I took the biggest thing for me was the value-added proposition.
Yes. I was waiting for that one.
And incorporating that into my daily sales efforts and making sure that I have a value to add to the dealership instead of just slinging leads.
Instead of being just a lead slinger, providing a unique value package proposition. You guys are the ones that started this thing. You know what I mean? You're the Leviathans in the industry. And again, I'm so glad to hear you guys say that. I want you to walk away from this workshop and not just be a lead slinger, sell awesome leads, but be the liaison, the consultant, the advisor, the field intelligence provider, the all-powerful Oz, if you will, to the dealers. Now, because of time, I'm just going to pick if anybody wants to add anything from this side. Did you get anything out of this for
I'll
yourself?
just say, being 2 weeks new to AutoBytel, this has given me a lens to approach this new position. That is very exciting for me.
Okay, so we've heard from an experienced veteran and a fledgling at AutoBytel. So this gave you a lot of good insight.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go. Anybody else?
Yes, I would like to speak. I've been to a number of seminars through the years and have heard bits and pieces. I've never seen a presentation that brought all those bits and pieces together and reinforced it for the entire group. It was awesome.
And how long have you been with AutoBytel?
13 years.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Now over here, because we're going down to Scott over here, what's the one thing that you guys could say that you could just immediately implement, like tomorrow or whenever you're back with your clients?
Point of interest, not point of sale.
Explain what that means real quick.
You're not just slinging leads.
Yeah, the internet.
Value.
The internet is not an instant gratification. It's a follow-up department. It's a 45 to 90-day opportunity. So you need to have time to gestate. I'm going to give you something, and then I'm going to go to Scott, and then I'm going to kind of cut short because we have to skedaddle. One thing that I said that was really important that I want you to remember, I kind of teased it right now. Anybody remember what it was? I got it, but one of the biggest things that was like an aha moment, the gestation period. Remember that? That's something that you could all go back to your dealers and wow them with. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the average buying cycle is 45, 90 days. That's what queued me up for this. And the average dealership, anybody remember the number, has what?
7 to 10.
7 to 11. That's right. 7 to 11 is their window period. So if you go back to the dealerships and you say for February, or for last month, or whatever month it was, how many new and used cars did you sell off the internet? Find out when the date the lead came in on, the date the lead closed, and the window period. Add up all the window periods divided by the amount of deliveries, and then that's what your average gestation period is. And you could just be rock stars by going to your dealers and saying, you see this? You have a 7-11 average window period. You need to be higher. And then you could provide ways and suggestions how they could increase their buying cycle period. Make sense? Scott, you're the final one. You kind of orchestrated this thing here. What were you hoping to accomplish by getting a national training company that primarily, not predominantly, but primarily services car dealerships. Like Dealer Synergy, we mostly focus with, you know, new and used franchised dealerships in the country, training the salespeople, the internet departments, BDCs, and phone sales. Why would you have an internet trainer come in and train a lead source provider?
One word, value, adding value back into the dealerships. We don't want to be a vendor, we want to be a consultant. You know, relationships make the world go round, and that's why you're here. We
Now-
love you, home run man.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Now, listen, it was my pleasure really to be here, and my takeaway from this is I really hope that you all, you know, go back to your dealers and start the transference of energy. Start just, you know, basically giving them these little nuggets, and if you do that, remember how I